It is a lightweight showdown between Gilbert Melendez and Raging Al Iaquinta. Oh, is he ever raging, ladies and gentlemen. Raging Al Iaquinta repping Team Serra-Longo there in New York. Outstanding combinations. This is a pressure fighter, a very active guy, but came into mixed martial arts as a wrestler. So a lot of amateur experience, not just in wrestling, but in Thai boxing as well. Al Iaquinta, fundamental action.
The market is full of exceptional fighters. Mortal Kombat XL, Injustice 2, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Tekken 7, BlazBlue, you name it and the market has it. But in terms of realism, there's nothing that comes close to EA Sports UFC 3. For those unaware, UFC is a mixed martial arts fighting game that places heavy emphasis on eye-body coordination and the physics of how two clashing bodies react on the stage. Building on 2016's EA Sports UFC 2, UFC 3 improves in just about every gameplay mechanic, whether it's knockdowns or knockouts, which by the way look incredibly realistic, or the ground transitions, along with fluid and responsive animations. Every blow has its impact, which could result into a swollen face, blood getting dropped on the stage as the opposing fighter wallops you right in the mouth, or a fighter feeling completely exhausted after a long, drawn-out fight. The beautiful thing about all of this is that none of it feels scripted. Every action you perform in the octagon will result into different effects. Hit your opposing player on any part of the body, that particular spot will be bruised. It all flows nicely into the gameplay and doesn't seem like a forced injury or a canned sort of decoration in any way. As was the case with UFC 2, the presentation in UFC 3 is top-notch. There are over 200 fighters in the game, and each of them has been modeled accurately right down to a T. Their respective entries, the background score, the announcer going crazy on the stage, and the almost perfect commentary sets the stage for some awesome and bloody fighting in the UFC cage. And the action looks even better thanks to the added power of the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X. For starters, both versions feature two graphics options. One is the performance mode that prioritizes better frame rates up to 60 FPS, and secondly, the resolution mode, which allows better image quality on 4K TVs. Both versions run very close to 4K resolution, and in performance mode, we see almost locked frame rates of 60. This is kind of expected, given that there isn't much going on in terms of GPU effects like particles, environmental interaction, and destruction seen in games like Tekken 7. There are also some minor differences in terms of how ambient occlusion is implemented on the Xbox One X. It seems to be more pronounced on Microsoft's machine. 1080p TV owners can also enjoy super sampling when running the game in resolution mode, making the on-screen image quality even sharper. So overall, UFC 3 is a realistic looking game with top-notch presentation, fluid animations, and complex gameplay. It might very well be one of 2018's best fighters, right up there with Dragon Ball FighterZ in terms of skilled fighting and the number of modes it offers. Whether you're playing on a PS4 Pro or on an Xbox One X, you're guaranteed to have a fantastic experience.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
good
big
right hand.
might be the most significant strike of the fight.
Hurt him with that uppercut. Hard hook.
Ooh, blocks the shot.
Didn't quite connect. Good takedown defense.
Well, he's playing with fire here, Joe. He continues to be vulnerable to that jab by almost leaning into it right into his opponent's range. Got to find a way to move those feet and ultimately get that head off of the center line.
Good defense there.
And he connects with the punch.